I freeze. A cold sweat breaks out on my forehead. Am I sick? Hey Lizzie, what you doing? Something wrong?
Nothing. I'm coming. Just got a little lost is all.
I trot along, trying to shake the anxiety off me like cobwebs. It still lingers below the surface. At the market, we both realized that our stomachs were empty, so I decided to buy us lunch. We made our way to the market and approached my favorite food stand, which sat far away from Mitty Marissa's booth of mystery meat and sold skewers. Oddly, I could almost swear I still felt her gaze. Oh, she's over there. She's keeping her distance, but I can see her watching from behind a barrel. She's laser focused on Rich and has not noticed that I have noticed her. Oh well, I think she's harmless. She's leaving us alone for now, at least. I think she just wants to oogle her crush. I certainly will be better equipped to deal with anything that might happen on a full stomach, at the least. The delightful smell of grilled rat and vegetable makes its way up my nose and tickles the parts of my brain that cause my mouth to salivate. The strange, slimy meat stinking up my pocket made my stomach churn and twist like a writhing worm. Thusly, I decided to go vegetarian that day. It's mostly carrot and potato. Rich, beaming and blissfully ignorant of Mitty Marissa's shop of horrors, ordered a rat skewer.
Oh wow. I don't know how I'll pay you back, but if I take too long, just keep your punches to my body and not my face. I have real bad toothaches as it is.
Jeez, this kid.
You don't owe me anything. It's a get-to-know-you present. I had some extra allowance anyway.
That was a complete lie. The allowance part, I mean.
But I wanted to be nice anyway.
Besides, who knew if I'd even live to use whatever allowance I had after this ordeal was done? I looked to Rich. He was eating as if he hadn't eaten in weeks. Perhaps he hadn't.
So, you're absolutely sure you don't know anyone named Pucks?
Nope, not at all. I am extremely positive.
Why does he still sound so proud when he says that?
So we still don't have any leads. Who else could we ask? What is it, Rich?
Did you hear something?
Huh?
Ah!
Eek.
A strange flying thing nearly crashed right into Rich's head, but fortunately stopped short. Looking closer at it, it seems like it's made of metal and plastic. What the heck is this thing?
I think it's a bird. I'm gonna call him Birdie.
Rich, that's not a bird. Look at it.
It flies. Of course it's a bird.
I suddenly had a headache. The little flying machine then made a weird chirping noise and rotated slightly back and forth. It almost looked as if it was beckoning us, albeit crudely.
Look, the bird wants to show us something.
Rich, this isn't a bird.
Wait for me, Birdie. Tweet, 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 tweet. Lizzie, it's not listening to me. I'm gonna go catch it.
What? Oh, wait a minute! And just like that, the machine and Rich take off. Hey! Wait for me! The strange metal flying machine weaves its way through the air of junks with a boat-like grace, listing to and fro the gusts of wind. Rich continues to chase and shout wildly with reckless abandon, not even considering that any moment a 10-ton metal dumpster full of garbage and scrap could land on his very head. No one has an explanation for it, but the district of junks, originally established by Possum Brady, who always felt more at home amongst piles of trash and filth, had a dangerous characteristic. Unpredictably, Things fall from the sky here, from a source that no one has been able to determine. Like rain, but pulpier, and sometimes deadlier. Sometimes you're lucky and the only thing that lands on you is some moldy fruit, maybe some bags of animal feces. Other times you would get the shell of a car landing on your head, or shards of glass. One time I saw a bowling ball. I mentioned the porcelain pug of legend earlier. This isn't to say there isn't a reason to come to junks, or rather that people don't find a reason. If you're persistent and know what to look for, one can find things of extraordinary value, or things that can be polished to valuable. Components for machines, clothes, sometimes preserved foods. I found some comic books here once. It was about a young man that had a violent alien being possess his hand, and the two had to learn how to coexist. Their world seemed a lot nicer than mine, to be honest. I stopped following Rich for a moment. Why am I pursuing this with such drive? My chances of survival are close to none. If the legends are to be believed, a horror of unspeakable character, or one so unspeakable as to render all who encounter it speechless, waits me. If I stood here long enough, I could simply wait for oblivion to find me, and the whole ordeal right here. Just close my eyes and breathe, and a life will have come and gone in a flash.
You'll make it back in one piece, even if you don't believe it. I do. I believe in you, Lizzie.
For what it's worth, if anyone was ever to make it back, I think it would be someone like you.
I must rely on my children's support to do what must be done for the collective good.
What was I doing? I can't lose myself. I have to keep strong. There's more important things at stake. I'm scared beyond belief, but just lying down to die isn't how I want to go. I have friends that believe in me. I have to help the collective, whatever that ends up meaning. It's clearly important. I look up. Rich is far away, but I can still see him. If I start sprinting now, I think I can still catch up. I slap my cheeks, scan the sky for any garbage rain, and take off after him. And then I fall on my face. Ow! Huh? It's a paper cup. Nothing really unusual about that, especially not here. And yet, I'm drawn to it for some reason. Why is that? I want to look at it, though I can't really tell you why. Can't give you a reason I should, either. Rich is running away, and I could lose him. Should I look at it? I have a feeling if we look at it, it gives us another lore cutscene. And I like lore. But that's a lot of reading. Let's see what's going on with Sheena and Loretta. Loretta. Something in the air. Yeah. Before I can pull back, I've already picked it up. Huh? Flashbacks to someone else's life. Two women stand at a balcony, each holding paper cups filled with warm coffee. The balcony rests in a nexus for the lost and destitute. The girl with the dark hair, Loretta, told her blonde-haired friend, Sheena, fuck, I got the voices wrong. A deep secret that's been haunting her like a ghost. Fuck it, we're gonna have Blondie with a nice deep voice. You're pregnant? Shh, quiet. Loretta sternly puts a finger to her lips. Her eyes are panicked and reddened from hours of crying. Sorry, but how? Loretta buries her face in her palm.
I really don't know. My body didn't even want to tell me until recently. I have no idea what to do. Me? A mother? She stares into space. Thousands of nightmare scenarios are flashing behind her eyes. Thousands more failures to be responsible for. For once, there was no excusing it. Before she could blame the negative effects of her actions on people as the price they paid for choosing to care about her. Oh shit! I just skipped forward. Fuck! Sheena looks to the ground pensively.
Do you know who the father is?
Could they help?
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet memories flood her head. Parted too soon. Or was it too late? Was that before or after the party? Why did the party have to stop? Even worse, what if it wasn't that time? What if the conception happened somewhere in that dark oblivion of unconsciousness that nearly swallowed her life? I might know who. Oh wait, fuck. I can't.
I might know who, but we'd have to test to see. He's gone, anyway.
What about your mom?
I can't bear to see you like this. You're killing yourself. What would your father think? You have to wake up eventually. Please, stop this. Please, you look terrible. I wish I had my baby girl back. I've put her through enough as it is. I've been dead inside for the past God knows how long at this point. Living pill to pill. I could see the look in her eyes. It killed her inside. Every time. No, I've decided. I'm on my own with this one. A long silence rests itself on the moment.
Are you going to keep it? What was that? I feel like the more time goes on, the less of a grip I have on myself and reality around me. Losing my mind. Losing my mind! Seeing stuff. I really can't take it. No use worrying about it, though. I need to keep moving. Hopefully I can still catch up to Rich. After a long and exhausting chase, I finally catch up to Rich and the machine. I'm gonna save. This building looked remarkably better than the other structures and junks, which were usually absolutely wrecked. It was kind of eerie, and I couldn't help but wonder how this one building stayed sturdy.
Wow, we went pretty far. That was a lot of fun, Birdie.
The little machine makes another beep, then proceeds to fly away to the top of the building. It disappears inside one of the open windows on top.
Aw, Birdie's gone.
I groan. I gave up correcting him at that point. I was too out of breath to care.
I think it wanted us to go inside. Maybe.
I think so too. Let's go.
Appearances can be deceiving. For as relatively nice as the building looked on the outside, the inside more resembled the trash heap aesthetic I expected. While the building was clearly intact structurally, there was all kinds of garbage, scrap metal, and tools strewn everywhere. If you'd told me at the time that a tornado had just torn through this building, I would have believed you.
What a mess!
What is this place?
It's my house.
You guys look the same. A tall boy with a grumpy face and a black metal helmet wanders in, holding the strange flying machine from earlier.
Oh my gosh, is that Birdie you're holding? What did you do to Birdie?
What the hell are you? He means the little machine you have in your hand.
Oh, you mean the drone.
You mean the drone? It ain't a bird, moron. It's not, but it flies. Have you...
Wait. Have you, like, never seen a picture of a bird? Or do you have holes in your brain?
Oh, so it's not a bird? I guess you're right now that I look at it closer. Lizzie, why didn't you tell me?
I did tell you, darn it.
Ugh. I don't have time for this shit.
You said your name is Lizzie, right? That means the kid with the detuned radio for a brain is rich, I assume?
Yes. Correct. You wouldn't happen to be Pucks, would you?
Yes! Fucking finally! I've been looking all over for you two.
But you were just standing around in your house.
What do you think the drone was for? It's got a camera. I was using it to look for you.
Huh. That's really cool. Where did you get it?
Made it myself. You'd be amazed what cool shit you can find around junks if you know where to look. Machine parts and electrical components lying beneath the garbage, just waiting to be put to use. There's a glint in his eyes as he talks about it. This kind of thing really makes him happy, I think. He must really love building things.
So he's crafty. Great. That can be beneficial. Sometimes people look down on those that spend all their time in junks. Let alone a guy who lives here. How has his house not been crushed yet? But I kind of admire it. Takes a lot of resourcefulness to be able to wade through the garbage and scrap and find stuff that's useful, or make something new out of it.
Whoa! That's amazing! So is that the camera on the front?
He nods proudly while tapping the bulbous camera orb.
Whoa! How were you able to see the pictures, though?
Ah, it has a UHF transmitter on the reel of the chassis. It can beam a signal back to the antenna on my portable TV. I have to be careful, though. If I block the line of sight between them, the signal doesn't come through. He talks excitedly and fast. It's a little hard to follow all the details. He seems really happy to talk about it, though. Yeah, he looks so happy.
Wow! I didn't understand much of that at all.
I think he's saying the drone sends the pictures to his TV, so long as they can see each other.
Oh, I see. So using that, he was looking for us. How did you know what we'd look like, though? We're all strangers.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh. So, was it even actually looking for us when the drone found us?
Oh, so you just found us by accident?
Yeah. So really, he just wanted us to think he was using his drone for something productive, when he probably was just playing with it.
You were just having fun flying it, weren't you?
For a moment, he looks like he's about to explode. Anyways, we have to get going, don't we?
Gotta do what Mother says, right? Even if it's sending us to a fucking grave.
I'll be back in 5 minutes. Just gotta grab my box of tools and shit. I notice Pux's nose suddenly scrunches as he lets out a cough. He waves the air, trying to waft the awful scent away. His eyes dart between me and Rich, attempting to find the culprit. The meat in my pocket oozes in embarrassment. I keep my mouth shut. Rich stands there, oblivious and nose blind to the smelly flesh at this point. Puck simply shakes his head and leaves the room.
We should probably get going.
Yeah, we should. What the fuck was that noise? Together, we make our way to the Mother Matron's monolith. Holy shit! That's a big building.